In certain extreme situations, the law is inadequate. In order to shame its inadequacy, it is necessary to act outside the law. To pursue justice. This is not vengeance. Revenge is not a valid motive, it's an emotional response. No, not vengeance. Punishment.
Tonight we have a chance to say, yeah, you're right. We're too extreme, we're too wild, we're too out of control, we're too full of our own shit. Or we have a chance to say, hey, fuck you, you're wrong. Fuck you, we're right. Because you have all made it to the dance. Because believe me, this is the dance. Start the show.
I didn't even want to do a show today. Welcome everybody. Why am I lurching? I'm lurching. I turned on the camera. I look like I can't even replicate it. I look like a fucking weirdo. Well, hey everyone. Welcome to the program. It's Steel Toe. I couldn't do it. I told you guys that I was going to change that to 6-1 today, no matter what. I had to be honest. 5-2. I know there's a lot of football fans, including Vikings fans 2 months ago, who would have saw 5-2 and went, yeah, fucking killing it, right? Yes, but now we're effectively 2 games behind Detroit. We really put ourselves in a weird spot, kind of a wild card hunting situation with the other 2 NFC North teams. Luckily, we have a win over the Packers, so we have the tiebreaker there. But I'm bummed. I'm bummed. I hate coming up. I wasn't bummed about the Detroit game. Like the Detroit game, we played really hard against a really good team, and we came within a cunt hair of beating them. You know, it was a back and forth. It was a battle. This one, we just looked like shit. I mean, this one, we looked like a 500 football team is what we looked like last night. And SP and I are watching the game, and when Stafford completed that pass to Cooper Kupp down the sideline, I reached for the remote, and I hit the home screen, and she goes, "What are you doing?" I go, "I'm not going to get mad at a football game." I said, you know what? I'm just moving on. We'll turn on some Always Sunny, and we'll go to bed. That's what we'll do. I told her, because she's just watching the game because I'm watching it. And she's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, that's what I told her. I said, "I'm not getting mad at a football game. I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy who's going to sit here and get pissed off over a football game." So I'm shutting this one off. I like quitting on my teams. I do. I know that that's like sacrilege for a fan. You're not supposed to do that. I like quitting on my teams. I like knowing the game's over before anyone else does. I like, I guess you could say, I like going, all right, look, my time is an investment, and I'm not going to invest it in this losing endeavor anymore. So I'm out ski. 2000 NFC Championship game, I was like 14 years old. My friends and I were out in the front yard playing pickup games of football at halftime. We weren't going to keep watching that fucking disaster. So last night, what was it? Dude, it was, we'll talk football here, and then we'll get to clips. I know it's a Rumble Link Friday, and you guys are going to send in your money, and you're going to, people are already starting over on Rumble. We'll get to all of those. $5 a link, $10 will put it to the front of the line, $20 will play the whole thing if it's under 10 minutes. It just, like, we couldn't get off the goddamn field. The defense could not get off the cock-sucking field. God damn it, was I mad. I'm not going to get mad at a football game. But we could not, I mean, it was almost, I was ready to join the ranks of the NFL is rigged. Because they were like we were up 14-7, and the Rams were deep in their own territory, and it was third down, and they threw an incompletion, and we were about to get the ball back. They called a fucking bullshit holding call on Byron Murphy. Honestly, the NFL has to stop with that defensive holding shit. It's such a fucking cop-out, keep the game close call. Because it's like defensive holding happens on every fucking play. Every pass play, there's defensive holding. There's a guy, he's got his arm on the receiver a little bit. He's got his hand over here on his hip a little bit. And it's like, if it's third down and the refs have money on the game and we need to keep this shit close, just call a defensive holding on third down. And the beauty of that call is it doesn't matter if it's 3rd and 20 or 3rd and 2. It's a 5-yard penalty, but it's an automatic first down. Automatic first down is fucking bullshit too. Enough. 5-yard penalty. Hey, it's 3rd and 25. Oh, yeah, but they committed a 5-yard penalty, so you get a fresh set of downs. No. It's designed to rig the game. Okay, but obviously that one holding call was not the reason we lost. Our defense, I worry, has been figured out. Keep a couple extra blockers in. You hold that blitz for a couple of seconds, our secondary is not going to be able to cover the middle of that field. I mean, we got eaten the fuck alive by Puka Nacua and Cooper Kupp last night and Matt Stafford because we just couldn't fucking cover anybody. And the blitz couldn't get home. And we couldn't sack Matthew Stafford. Offensively, hold some more. More false starts, more illegal formations. Holy shit, does this offense know how to shoot itself in the foot. Darnold played a clean game. Threw for like 260 yards or whatever it was. 2 touchdowns, no turnovers. Great job there. But fucking holding and fucking false start. And, oh, God. That bullshit illegal hands to the face penalty. I don't know. We're 5-2. Things have been worse, I suppose, but God damn it. Watching that fucking game last night. I did. I had to turn it off, and I did. I just told SP, I said, I'm not going to get mad at a football game. I'll save that for the morning show. I'll get mad at a football game during the morning show. So we're 5-2. Hard to bitch about 5-2, I know, but here I am. Here I am bitching about the fucking football game from the night before. Now my Sunday's wide open. I can get a haircut. I can watch the Gophers on Saturday. We get to kick the shit out of Maryland. Need to have ourselves a decent sports weekend, man. Cocktiff says Justin Jefferson is wearing $1 million worth of diamonds around his neck. Holy shit, right? SP was like, I don't like Justin Jefferson. I was like, why? She's like, why is he wearing all those chains on the field? Like, somebody could rip those out. Somebody could whatever. And I'm like, I don't really think about it because he's a fucking killer football player. But she's like, yeah, why is he wearing all that jewelry during a football game? And it's true. Like, you're going to be sweating your fucking balls off. You're going to get sweat on your nice diamonds and shit. Why? What's the point? Roots Calhoun says, I fell asleep during that stupid game, woke up to the new Amazon series Game 7, watched the Oilers one, and knocked back out till about 20 minutes ago. Attaboy. Attaboy. Fauci's Pangolin says, we'll go on a 4-game winning streak. Or don't. We've got, who do we have next? We got the AFC South next. We got, and you know, Colts, Titans, and Jags. And I know you look at those 3 games and you're like, well, those are 3 wins. Can you really say that we're for sure going to beat the Colts when we can't beat the fucking 2-4 Rams? And I get it. Nakua and Cooper Kupp are back, so it's not exactly the 2-4 Rams. It's still the 2-4 Rams. We should have been able to win yesterday, and we bottle fucked it. Packer Backer says it's because blacks are so caught up in the culture they can't not be blinging no matter what. Yeah, I got no problems with what do you call it? Justin Jefferson wearing wearing a shitload of jewelry and diamonds and shit. I got no problem with that as long as he's putting up 100 plus yards per game. That's fine. I can't really get mad at him for that. I love this one. Cheeseburger Spy. Hey, don't make fun of Cheese. I came home from SP's this morning and Cheese was right there in my driveway waiting for me with a cup of coffee. It was really nice. It's I couldn't believe it. Cheese was standing right there. He's like, "Oh, sorry, I was just taking pictures of your house." And I was like, "Oh, are you like a surveyor now?" He's like, "No, just for the internet. I was going to send them to a bunch of people. Just like, hey, hanging out at Aaron's." I'm like, okay. I'm not a big door locking guy. I grew up in a neighborhood where we didn't really lock doors and shit now. I lock doors now because I'm like, what the fuck is Cheese going to do? Like, I'm sitting there, like, I don't fear home break-ins. I don't fear, like, now I'm worried, like, Cheese is going to steal my fucking dog. I'm worried, Cheese is going to come in, like, the wet bandits turn on all my sinks and let them run. Like, I'm, after that phone call with Cheese the other day, I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ with this guy. Make sure the house is locked up tight. Fucking Cheeseburger Pie might want to come in. But Cheese would do something retarded. Like, he'd come into my house. He'd, like, take a picture of my bed, and he'd be like, here's where he sleeps. I smelled it. So $2 from Cheeseburger Spy says, Aaron, I noticed you're cold when you sleep. Use blankets. Thank you, Cheese. It's nice of you to look out for me like that, Cheese. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. I didn't think that talking about Cheese could trigger people over on YouTube, but boy, they are easy. Jack Cat with $5 says the Vikings are 5-2. Thanks, Jack Cat. 383 Novocaine says the defense don't deserve a paycheck. It was a joke. 383 Novocaine, did you go to the Matt School of Grammar? The defense don't deserve a paycheck. It was a joke. I did. Someone sent me something yesterday. Should we let's talk about this? Let's talk about this, and then we'll cut YouTube loose, and then we'll go to Rumble Friday. If you guys want to get your links in and stuff, there's all the links in the chat and everything. We have. I don't even know how to bring this up. But when the person who sent it to me, and we read it, I was just like, dude, what are you doing? Grinch Girl. Oh, Cheeseburger Pie says, I got you, bud. I hope the pumpkin spice was good. Thanks, buddy. Thank you, pal. I don't know who saw this. Oh, Grinch. Grinch Girl went on Reddit. Now, I know that right there, you guys hear me say that and you go, oh, so this is already a mistake. Yeah. Grinch Girl went on Reddit and wrote this big, long post about, like, how Matt's this amazing guy and, like, And then she like defended me too and I'm just like, oh. She wrote this big long post, and it's just like, sometimes people do this, and you see it, and you go, oh, I wish I could have talked to them first. Like, I wish I could have like talked some sense into them before they did this. But I might have to talk to Matt and tell him, maybe we got to take away Grinch Girl. Maybe we got to lock Reddit on Grinch Girl's phone. She went on there and she didn't like that people were calling Matt stupid. The problem is, for like 5 years, Matt and I have been calling Matt stupid. Like, it's a thing. It's something we do. It's funny. She didn't like that people were calling Matt stupid. She didn't like that people were saying terrible things about me. She didn't like that, and she felt the need to go in there and write this big screed, this big, long, multi-paragraph thing about how great everyone is and all of this other shit. And, yeah, I wouldn't have advised it. I would have said, don't do that. There's no, this has always been my take on the internet, and maybe her take is right, and maybe my take is wrong. I don't know, but this is just the way I live my life. I get to come on here to a much bigger audience than the Reddit people have, a much bigger audience than any of my haters or anyone else has. And I get to talk all kinds of unending shit. I get to tell the story the way I want to tell it. I have carte blanche. It's a complete dictatorship. I get to do it every day. So let them have their places where they can go and seethe. It's healthy. It's good. Let these people go. And, I mean, you see them in our YouTube chat. I've broken these people. They're fucking deranged. Their life, at least for 4 hours a day, far more than that, at least half their day, focuses around me. That's an honor. I'm good at my job. That's what that means. But let them go and let them talk their shit. Let them say their things. Like, they don't exist. They're not real. It's matter and antimatter. It's just, it cancels everything out. They're doing it for them. It's therapeutic for them. They need it. They're not doing it because they think, oh, we'll get to Grinch Girl, or, oh, we'll get to Matt, or, oh, we'll get to Aaron. They're doing it because they need to in their soul, because it's twisting them in knots and it's fucking them up inside, and they need to get that poison out of them. That's what Reddit is for. That's what their Discords are for. That's what all that shit is for. They hate that this show exists, which I would argue is a giant fucking waste of your time. But I play State of Decay. Who am I to judge on waste of time? So somebody sends me this thing and goes, Grinch Girl's losing it. Like, Grinch Girl's going on Reddit, and she's writing this massive thing. And I went and read it, and I went, oh, God. And then on top of that, Grinch writes it. People start responding to it because people are going to rip the fucking shit out of her for it. And then she starts responding to the people shitting on her. And I'm just reading it going, stop this. And some of the people, like, writing back to her thing are actually kind of funny. And I'm like, oh no. Oh Lord. I don't know if I'm just immune to the internet. I don't know if I'm immune to all this shit, after the last years or whatever. But God, it was entertaining. But I was also like, Grinch, don't do that. Like, I was this close to texting Matt and just be like, come get your girl, bro. Like, this is not good. So, yeah, if you ever find yourself with a hate Reddit, let them have their fun. They're having a good time, They're getting their poison out. It's the closest they're going to get to exercise. Let them go. But, oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, T. Jefferson says making a big post about it will just give them more encouragement. Yeah. Corn Diff says, Matt is a lovable neutral. Not liking him would be like saying you hate white bread. Well, I don't yeah, I get what Corn Diff is saying. I don't hate white bread. I prefer other breads. Okay. That makes sense. Oh, Caesar Diff says, if Matt got a Valkyrie tattoo, I'd call him stupid. Look, man, I've been high roading the shit out of this one. I've been nothing but encouraging and professional. I'll do my laughing behind the scenes. How's that? I'll not only will I do my laughing behind the scenes about that Valkyrie joke, I'll also go, whew. Oh man. You know how many times I'm making dinner for my kids and they're sitting there at the table and I just look at them and I go, I should apologize again. Or I should just show pictures and I should go, whew. Close. That was close. I'm sorry, guys. The Grinch thing with the Reddit, I'm just watching it and I don't know. The last 2-3 weeks of doing this show is some of the most fun doing this show I've ever had. Like all of our A-logs and haters are destroying themselves and falling the fuck apart and panicking in bunkers. We've got, we're back to profitability. Goals are getting knocked out. We're having lots of fun. Matt's life has taken an amazing turn. I mean, yeah, it's going to, put him on the show a little bit less than he is now, but his life's going well. My life's going well. Everything that's bad is fading away. Everything that's good is ramping up. We're pissing off all the right people and they're losing their mind. Reading that thing on Reddit yesterday, I was being empathetic while at the same time being like, what are you doing? Don't do that. And then I go into the replies and I'm like, I hope she's not responding to the replies at least. And she's responding to all the replies. I'm like, oh my God, you leave these people alone. They're melting down. The guy they decided to hitch their wagons to try and destroy me turned out to be way worse of a person than I ever could dream of being. And they're having to deal and cope with that. Of course, they're going to say terrible, nasty, awful things about people. Their whole A-logging internet world fell apart. Just leave them alone. Let them cope. You handed them, a target for their venting, basically. All right, I want to go to Alan Powell. Is this the real Alan Powell? Oh. He says, Mersh lost his appeal to get his YouTube back. Yeah, I saw that underscore Mersh channel. I like that one now. I saw that he lost his appeal to get his YouTube back. I saw that he's still, Mersh is a bit unhinged with the steel toe hatred. He's, the saddest thing about Mersh, other than I've just noticed over the years, the drugs and the drinking seem to have really ramped up, and it's taken a toll on his brain and his ability to reason. He's not the same guy he was 4 or 5 years ago, and a lot of people hated him 4 or 5 years ago. But one thing I've noticed is that the whole thing with me is so forced. It's so forced for views and it's so forced for attention, because Mersh and I were, I wouldn't say cool. I didn't really Mersh and I had a very, ships passing in the night kind of a thing. Not really cool or not cool. And then he just kind of forced this feud. Johnny had that tough day. Mersh and I had no problems. And then he just kind of forced it. I think the Rumble thing is fucking him up. He can't get his YouTube back. And when people are panicking about shit like that, they either take it inside and they deal with it internally, or they explode at the world. And he's more in exploding at the world mode right now. Mersh had Gino on and they mutually seethed. Yeah, I don't know if I'm their Walter White and they're Jesse Pinkman and they're just he can't keep getting away with it, but I don't know. Somebody on Kiwi Farms yesterday called me Teflon Imholt. I thought that was funny. And then another person goes, no, he's more the Forrest Gump of the sector. I'm like, I'll take it. Whatever. They're just like, they showed a picture of somebody who got a new tattoo recently, and they said one of the most brilliant moves Aaron ever made was making this Knicks problem. And I laughed at that, but it was still kind of, like, oh. And then someone else was like, God, Aaron is just the luckiest son of a bitch. They're like, all of his haters, all of his A-logs just destroy themselves, and he just keeps moving forward. And that's when one person said Teflon Imholt, and the other goes, no, it's more Forrest Gump Imholt. And honestly, I'll take either one. All right, YouTube, I got to let you guys go. We got to go to Rumble. We got links coming in. It's Rumble Link Friday. We're going to go ahead and do that. Take it easy, YouTube. We'll talk to you guys again on Sunday night for the members-only show, and then Monday morning, 6 a.m. Take it easy. And they're gone. I don't know if my voice is going to hold up today. We're gonna do some